In the last video, we had discussed the role of the lexical analyzer in the compilation process. The role of the lexical analyzer is to create the token after matching lexeme with the pattern. Let us see one more example for this. Here I had considered the branching statement, that is if else statement. I try to recognize token from this statement along with the pattern. The rule for the branching statement is the statement is defined as if expression then statement, or if expression then statement else statement, or epsilon. The expression is written as term relope term, where relope is a token which defines the relational operator. Usually we write the expression by using the relational operator. This relational operator work on a two terms, where these terms are identifier or a number here. The arrow in the rule divide the rule into the two part, left side and the right side. The symbol written in the left side of the arrow are called as a grammar symbol. You can substitute these grammar symbol by any one of these production. When I try to recognize the token, I skip the left part of the rule. I concentrate only the right part of the rule. So in the right part of the rule, after excluding the grammar symbol, that is expr statement term, whatever is left out in the right part of the rule, those all are considered as a tokens here. So after excluding the grammar symbol, what left out in the right part of the rule? It is if, then, else, relope, id and number. So I recognized 6 token from this statement. Let us see the pattern for all these 6 tokens. Among these 6 tokens, 3 are very important here, id, number and relope, where remaining 3 are the keywords. The pattern for the keyword is the keyword itself. For the token if, the pattern is if, and the transition diagram for this is, it should start with the I. If I is followed by F and F is not followed by any character or a letter, it will move to the final state and it will get accepted. Same for then. The pattern for token then is THEN. If T come, it will change the state HEN. Once it reaches the final state, it will get accepted by the transition diagram. Next, same for the else. Next, we'll move to the another important pattern for the token ID. So this we discussed in the last video. As I said in the last video, ID is defined as letter. Letter is followed by any number of letter or a digit, where letter is a character between A to Z and digit is a number between 0 to 9. Next, move to the pattern of the next token, that is relope. As I said, the relope is a token which defined by the relational operator. So here the relational operators are less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to. So this is a symbol used in the Pascal for not equal to. The transition diagram for same is shown here. So I start with the start state. Here the start state is 0. If the relational operator is a less than, then I will change the state from 0 to 1. If it is a equal to, then I will move from 0 to 5th state. If it is greater than, then I will move to the 6th state. Assume that the relational operator is less than. So if it is a less than, as I said, I will change the state from 0 to 1. After reaching the first state, I will check the next operator. If the next operator is equal to, then I will move to the second state and I will return the token along with the attribute value. So what is the token here? Relope is a token and attribute value is less than equal to. If this less than symbol is followed by the greater than symbol, as I said, this is for a not equal to, I will move to the third state and I will return the token relope and the attribute value is not equal to. If less than is not followed by any of these relational operator, then it is followed by others. So once it followed by others, I will move to the fourth state and I will return reloop and the attribute value is less than. Same for greater than here. Once the greater than operator is recognized, I will move from 0 to 6 state. After that, I will check the next operator. If the greater than operator is followed by the equal to operator, then I will change the state from 6 to 7 and I will return the token reloop greater than equal to. If greater than is not followed by any other relational operator, obviously it will be followed by others. Others may be a digit or a identifier. Then I will move from 6 state to 8 state and I will return the token reloop greater than. So this is a transition diagram for a token reloop. The another important identifier here is number. So the number is a token which recognize all type of the numbers. It may be an integer number, floating point number, exponent signed number. So here I had written a rule to define this token. So here the first part of the pattern is digits. So this digits give me a integer numbers. It may be a single digit integer number or a more than one digit integer number. So what this digits define? Digits equal to digit plus. Plus indicate here whatever is preceded by this, that will occur one or more than one time. And what this digit define here? Digit means the number between the range of 0 to 9. So if I write only digits, then the token start recognizing integer numbers of one or more than one digits. If I want to recognize the floating point number, then I will write digits dot digits. So without bracket and question mark, if I write dot digits, what happen? It start recognizing only the floating point number. It will not recognize the integer numbers. So I will make a change by putting the bracket and the replacing the question mark here. Once I put a bracket and question mark, the pattern start recognize integer number as well as the decimal number. So when the integer number come, this part will get enabled and this part will get neglected. When the floating point number comes, then this part and this part both are valid. Next, if the exponent number come, then it will move to a next part of the pattern, that is exponent e. It start with the character e. This e may be followed by plus or minus. So I had taken plus or minus in a bracket and I placed a question mark after this. The question mark indicate plus or minus may or may not occur. If it occur, it will get considered. Otherwise, e is followed by digits. And for this whole thing, I had put the bracket and question mark. So this indicate the thing whatever is preceded by this question mark may or may not come. So if integer number comes, this become a valid. If floating point number come, this and this become a valid. If the exponent integer number come, then this and this part become a valid. If integer with the signed exponent number come, then this and this part become a valid. Let's see the transition diagram for the same. So here the transition diagram start with the 0 state. As I said, this pattern will recognize all type of numbers. So the number which has a single digit, 2 digit, decimal number, decimal with more than one digits, exponent number, exponent sign number. Let's see whether these all numbers are recognized by this transition diagram or no. If the single digit number come, then it start with the 0 state. If digit, what is the digit here? The number between 0 to 9. So 1 is comes under that range only, so it will get acceptable and it change the state from 0 to 1. So this 1 is not followed by anything, so it will move to where? It will move to the others and it will move to the 8th state. where 8th state is the final state here. So it will get acceptable by your transition diagram. If the number has a 2 digits, then after accepting the 1 digit, it will change the state from 0 to 1. When 2 come, it will get accept and it will be in the same state only. So if it is not followed by anything, then it will move to the 8th state, where 8th state is the final state here. So it is get acceptable by your transition diagram. If the decimal number come, then when 1 come, it will change the state from 0 to 1. When 2 come, it will accept and it will be in the same state. When dot come, it will move from first state to second state. Then when digit come, it will move from second state to third state. And from third state to, it will move to a 9th state, where 9th state is a final state. So this number also get acceptable by your transition diagram. Then come to a exponent number, integer exponent number. When 5 come, it will change the state from 0 to 1. Then this is followed by E. So when E come, directly it move from 1 state to 4 state. After E, if 1 come, it is a digit, so it will move from 4th state to 6th state. If any other digits are there, they get acceptable by this state only. Other than digit, if anything occur, it will move to the final state, that is 7th state, and it will get acceptable. Same for the exponent sign number. If 1 come, it will change the state from 0 to 1. If 5 come, it will accept and it will be in the same state. When E come, it will move to the 4th state. If E is followed by plus or minus, it will change the state from 4 to 5. After digit, it will move from 5th state to 6th state and from 6th to final state. Thank you.